Wow, Basecamp and Slack in the company. But personally, I love planners, paper planners. So I use a combo of a paper planner and the digital calendars and the project management tools that we have in the company.
I would say I actually rely on myself. I feel like, we manage our own time. Granted, we have tools like the Outlook or whatnot to manage our time, but a lot of time is our self-will in terms of how productive we need to be.
One of the things that I'm using just from an accountability tool is I started to use Airtable. And Airtable is kind of a mix between using an Excel spreadsheet and Google Docs. And it's online, it's a free tool. It enables you to assign tasks and stuff like that. It's not a full-blown project management tool, which would overwhelm a team that's not used to software like that. And it's simple, it's free, but what it's done is it's created continuity and accountability with a team that's spread out across the United States.
One productivity tip that I use is really repurposing content. I think that's something that a lot of marketers forget about. Oftentimes we get caught with our head down trying to create content, trying to figure out new ways of creating content and so on, but there's a lot of content out there that we've already created, and we need to focus on promoting that well-performing content first and foremost before thinking about new ways to create content.
I have recently adopted what I would call a zero-based calendar. So I put everything on my calendar, even if it's not a meeting. So taking the shuttle to get to work, blocking off that I'm going to take time to shower, that I'm going to the gym, that I'm eating dinner, eating breakfast. And what that does is it gives me a much more realistic picture of free time in my day, because I think it's easy to look at a calendar with just 2 or 3 meetings and think, oh, I've got plenty of time to get work done today, not realizing that it's a half-hour commute to that meeting, a half-hour commute to that meeting, you're going to work, you're breaking for lunch, and you could lose those things.
The one productivity tip that I use most is just Google Autofill. I love it. If you type in, how do I? Google will tell you what most people in the world search for when they type in, how do I? I'm a content marketing strategy consultant, so I type content marketing strategy into Google, and Google Autofill tells me I should write content about templates, examples, definitions. So what do I write content about? Templates, examples, and definitions. Google will tell you what to create content about.
Definitely automation rules. So, I work with Pardot and Salesforce as my sort of core components of my engine, and I've got 40 or 50 different little automation rules that run and trigger in the background whenever leads pop into our system or whenever we take certain actions, and those cut down on a lot of the sort of grunt work that you would otherwise have to manually do.
Oh, get off social media. It's such a time suck. It's one of those things, especially for me, where I go, because I work within social for a lot of my clients, all of a sudden I'm like, hey, wait, how long have I actually been on Facebook? Interesting. But there's a lot of tools that you can use to monitor your excess usage when you're working, and I find that those actually really help.